Changed my mind because, like, low-key, if I show y'all, like, the sky, I show my location fully. I'm not okay with that. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes we align. Like, we supposed to meet certain people at certain times. One thing I'm realizing is sometimes it's not, like, it's not the other person necessarily. We just meet people where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, for example, if you don't feel a good way about yourself, you continuously align yourself with people who make you feel insecure or make you feel lesser than. And one thing I'm realizing is I'm that girl. I've always been that girl. I just didn't allow myself to see it because sometimes I would give my energy away, not knowing my worth, not knowing how much I had to offer to the world. And I feel like when you do get to know your worth and you start to feel that, I feel like you feel a shift. Right now, I feel like currently a lot of the chosen people, and I've been getting confirmation on this, and I've been wanting to talk more about this, are experiencing confirmation. I said confirmation, a spiritual awakening. And if you've been like feeling like some type of way, you've been feeling down, you've been feeling like, damn, it's not my energy, I'm sluggish, it's because like you're being sent a lot of spiritual attacks at this time. And with that being said, still get on your Zoom. Now, I know a lot of us sometimes, like myself, like I just allow certain things to like get to me. But this time I told myself, I was like, man, fuck that shit. I got shit to do. So we out here, you feel me? Tonight we're gonna be doing a little book reading. I wanted to read with y'all, so we're gonna be doing that. And yeah, I just had to come out here because I needed some fresh air, like outside of the house. I've been kind of staying more to myself and just staying in, and I'm trying to get out of that habit because, for one, it's cool to be in the house and stuff like that because there's nothing really to do yet. Like, I haven't made any plans as far as now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, as of July, I'm booked and busy, and I love to hear it because it's like I'm keeping myself focused. I'm not allowing myself to get unaligned with anything that does not serve me, no bullshit, nothing like that. So I'm proud of myself. Like, I've really been staying tunnel vision because sometimes, like I said before, you'll have people that'll check on you to make sure you're not in that tunnel vision state of mind. So be careful what you're associating yourself with at this time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not telling you what to do, what content to like look at or what to be into right now, but we're in a major shift. You don't want to watch too much shit that stresses your mind. You kind of like, if you can and you want to and you want to laugh and you want to like just feel life and feel what's going on, do so. If you want to like just, you know, vibe out, whether it be crying, feeling, whatever you gotta do that shit. I don't like really talking when people walk past me. I'm getting better at not stopping completely recording when people walk past me. Like, y'all don't be getting, as a content creator, it is kind of weird to be outside and you got people like looking at what you're doing, what you're saying. But low-key, I feel like they're just curious. And sometimes people want to do it, so they want to like just look, just to see like, how is it like? And they don't really have the like courage to come up to you and be like, oh, I want to try this, like, how is it? So sometimes they just stare, like, and I feel like sometimes the people who like, if you're like me and you be in your head, if somebody's staring at you, I'd be like, what you looking at? But sometimes I be having to remember, like, if I'm looking like this every day and I'm in my goddess energy, I'm gonna attract people, I'm gonna make them want to look, stare, and that's okay. What I have to do now is learn how to stay in my element no matter who's watching. And that's what I'm currently working on. So I like to share my progress with you guys because while I'm sharing my progress with you guys, I hope to be inspiring other people to do the same. Not just progress, but to also just show yourself, your true self, who you want to show up as every day. Like, seriously, my life started to change as I started to show up as the person that I wanted to be and the person who I saw myself as. You feel me? So at one point in time, I used to always feel like I never connected with my name. So I was like, I'm going to change my name. And I even said this as a kid, like I never connected with my name. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way it sounded. I didn't like the way I said it. It sounded cool when other people said it. Like, I liked the name on other people. But it was just like, no, I didn't like it. So that's why I changed my whole YouTube name, because my YouTube name has nothing to do with my real actual name. Like, Dominique is my first name, but at the same time, like, I didn't add like my own name. I did do another video on like how I named myself and stuff like that, but recently I'm realizing that I didn't just create a character. I'm within this quote-unquote character that I made, I was able to find myself, and I was able to really just do things that I personally wouldn't normally do. So it allowed me to experience things from like another perspective, but in the same perspective, if that makes sense. So yeah, and I enjoyed it, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm just learning to like navigate through life as Roxanne instead of Dominique. And Roxanne and Dominique is two different people. Like, Roxanne is more outgoing, extroverted. She likes to talk to people. We like to party. We like to have fun. We like to be a great vibe. And then there's Dominique, who's like completely different. Like, I'm introverted, but at the same time, she's like very like, you know, I can't really explain her. Like, she's more like dull. Not dull. Like, she's just more like library, like couch magnet. Like, and then there's Roxanne. Like, she's the party person. She's different. I always felt like there was like different aspects to myself. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. Different personalities, so to speak, different people. And then I kind of just would kind of like put that away, because people would be like, oh, like, that's kind of crazy, don't you think? Like, to think that you have like multiple, like, no, but like, seriously, like, I feel like as a human, we have different like dimensions within us, if that makes sense. Like, we have different portals kind of within us. I don't know if I'm getting a little too deep for y'all, but yeah, I'm starting to realize like there's different parts to a person. Like, once you really start to like study yourself, you have the physical being, you have your human form, and then you have your spiritual form. And what people don't realize about spirituality is it's very real. And there's people who use spirituality for the greater good, so that they can turn their life and their reality into their universe. And then there's people who use spirituality for the bad. So like I said before, we have different portals, we have different dimensions within us, but it's how we use them. You know what I mean? It's how we use them. We have access to a lot of things. It's just how we use it. And as we get into like this new series that I want to get into, I want to talk to you guys more about this, and I want to talk to you guys about more about my awakening, things that I had to go through. And like, because when people hear spiritual awakening, they think you just have one. Sometimes like you encounter a person or a place or a thing that kind of gives you that like, oh shit, this is familiarity. I can't really say the word right now, but this is familiar to me. So then you go right. It's kind of like somebody with PTSD. Like, the way that I can describe spiritual awakenings is kind of like, you know, Freaky Friday, like the movie. It's like watching yourself transform into a whole different being, but like you're literally watching yourself kind of like while you're not really watching yourself. It kind of feels like an outer body experience. I can't explain it. It's like you're there, but you're not really there. And that's why some people sometimes experience like spiritual psychosis and stuff like that. Like, at one point in time, I'm not gonna lie, I think I've already had my point where I experienced psychosis already. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I think I've already like full-blown psychosis. I think I've already experienced that. So, because there's been days where it's like I'll question it now, and it's just like, no, that's not psychosis. You're definitely going through another awakening, which causes you to kind of like be in a situation of like, a lot of people are gonna tell you like, and this is off topic, but I have to get off topic for a second. A lot of people are gonna tell you like, don't like put certain things on the internet, but it's like, there's people kind of like us that need to know this information, and I get it. Like, you don't want to kind of like, but we gotta know this information, and I feel like a lot of people don't know this information, because I feel like that's why I said, when you run into certain things, whether it's like people like me or just certain pages, it's not for no reason. It's because you're starting to get aligned with certain things. That's why, like I said before, when you're trying to do something different in your life, you got to be careful with who and what you align yourself with, because you can't take old habits and try to do something new. it's like watching a movie, getting the same results. You get what I mean? So yeah, later tonight, I'm gonna be coming to y'all with that book reading. So stay tuned for that. I love y'all. Peace out, Girl Scout.